Welcome to the Amber Palace. In this beautiful morning light, you see the sun rise in the east, illuminating the wall of this beautiful medieval era palace, which is called the Amer Palace, the abode of the Kachawa Rajputs. Amer Palace was actually part of the royal residence for over 120 years before they moved to Jaipur. Amer, which is now a part of Jaipur, used to host, or should I say, used to be the safe haven for the kingdom of Jaipur. When you come to Rajasthan, be prepared that you're going to come across lots of beautiful forts and palaces. Amer is no different from the forts and palaces of Rajasthan, although it's exquisite. Built well over 300 years ago, Amer Palace that you see right in front of you has got some of the most beautiful palaces in the whole of Rajasthan. So in our quest to see the forts and palaces from inside and out, I'm going to take you and show you how beautiful this palace is. Delhi, the capital of India. Situated at a short distance from Delhi is the city of Jaipur. Rising above Jaipur like a jewel, Amer Palace, also known as Amer Fort, is a majestic blend of Rajput and Mughal architecture. This 16th century marvel, located 11 kilometers from the city center, boasts of stunning courtyards, intricate carvings, and reflective mirrors called Sheesh Mahal. When you look at Amer, you will find that Amer has 4 major courtyards, and they are spread along the length of the entire mountain peak. The first one is the JALEB CHOWK, the congregation. The second one, Diwan-I-Aam, the hall of congregation for the common folks where they met the king. The third one is the royal residence, also known as the Kyari Bagh. And last but not the least, also the oldest, is the Mansingh Palace. Let's explore this beautiful palace. Our first stop is going to be JALEB CHOWK. JALEB CHOWK. It's an Arabic word which means a place for soldiers to assemble. This courtyard is one of the 4 main courtyards within Amer Fort. Its construction dates back to the reign of one of the kings of Jaipur called Sawai Jai Singh, who ruled from 17th century to mid 18th century. JALEB CHOWK served as a space for Maharaja's personal bodyguards to hold parades and demonstrations, often under the command of the army chief. It is also a place where victorious armies would return from battle and showcase their spoils of war. The royal family womenfolks would watch these processions from intricately carved latticed windows overlooking the courtyard. JALEB CHOWK is one of the many fascinating parts of Amer Fort, a grand example of Rajput architecture and a major tourist destination in India. You're looking right in front of you what is called as the Sun Gate. This is perhaps the biggest and aesthetically the most beautiful entrance gate in the entire complex. Opening up to east, the entrance gate gets its name from the rising sun. Maharaja and his retinue of soldiers would arrive into Amer Fort from the Sun Gate. Ladies and gentlemen, I would call upon you to use your imagination as a canvas, and I will try and paint a picture on how life was in those days. On the opposite side to the Sun Gate, you're looking at the second entrance to the complex. This gate, also called as the Chand Pole or the Moon Gate, it is here that the city folks would arrive to participate in all public events. Alright, let's now proceed to the second courtyard of Amer Fort, also known as Hall of Public Audience. The way to the courtyard is through the Lion Gate entrance that you're looking at right in front of you. Having dismounted from his royal ride, the king, along with his victorious warriors, would ascend the flight of steps. Admire the magnificent Lion Gate, an equally impressive flight of steps leading to the gate. The large entrance gate that you're looking at are original from its time and are made of Indian teak wood. The entranceway frescoes that you're looking at is made from vegetable dyes using mortars that were very popular in those days. You are here at the JALEB CHOWK and you just witnessed some hectic activity here. The second courtyard, also known as Diwan-I-Aam or the Hall of Public Audience, this courtyard is where we're going to take you next. This congregation area is the place where Maharaja addressed his subjects and held public gathering. Here you see the parapet wall, from where you get a beautiful view of the JALEB CHOWK down below. This is the Lion's Gate. This is the place where you just entered. The royal kitchen is besides the Lion Gate on the left hand side. Ladies and gentlemen, a word of advice: when you come to Amer Fort, make sure your batteries have enough juice. You will come across hundreds of beautiful and spectacular views. Come, let's explore these palaces. another architectural edifice that you will see besides the hall of public audience. The beautiful entrance to the private palaces called Ganesh Ball. The lattice window enclosure for queens to witness proceedings. The royal bath for the kings. The office that maintained the revenue records of 27 provinces of the kingdom. This office also offers spectacular view of the lake, the wall and the town. Come, let's explore these beautiful buildings, starting with the 27th Secretariat, followed by the beautiful hammams, and eventually we will come on to the Ganesh Ball to enter into the royal palaces of the king and the queens. 27th Secretariat, 27 Kacharis. This place that you see behind me used to be the office of 27 major principalities that existed here. In these principalities, there was a representative from each and every royalty, or should I say principality, that was responsible for collection of taxes and for any matters related to defense and what have you. So this, the beautiful architecture that you see behind me had a purpose, and the purpose of that architecture was to actually maintain an office, a revenue records office, collection office, defense, all matters related to the governance was all done here. It's a very impressive structure. Come, let's go and look at it from a detailed perspective. This that you're looking at, this structure, which is adjacent to the hall of public audience, is known as the royal bath. So before we enter the royal bath, let me just show you a very wonderful structure that you see here. This particular structure that you see is a water tank, and in this water tank there used to be water, and right underneath here there used to be fire that was lit. So there was wood and coal that was put in here, and this would create that fire. And right above here, this particular catchment area is where all that fire was accumulated. There's a copper plate that sits right here, and this copper plate is where the water will get heated, and then it will feed the baths which is inside. Welcome to the royal bath. The structure which I showed you outside was the water tank, and this is that water tank. Right underneath here, there was fire. The entire water tank down below has got copper, and as you know, copper is a great conductor of heat. So whenever the water was heated with the outside systems, it used to actually become pretty warm, and through a network of drains, the water would then arrive into the water tank, which I'll just show you in a moment. So once this was unclogged, water would start flowing in here, and through this network of gullies, it would flow out from here and would enter into the water tank there. And this water was then either hot or warm, depending upon what the Maharaja would like. Maharaja would have specially invited guests who would be participating in the bath. If you look at the niches on the corner, it is here in these niches that the lights were lit, lights and torches, and the entire lattice windows that you see was blackened out. So in the evening, there was only the light of torches and lamps and the warm water, scented water in the bathtub that would make the entire place really beautiful. Look at the ceiling. The ceiling was actually plaster, which was incised in the style of facets of diamond. Very similar to bathtubs like you see here existed in Turkey, and hence they were called Turkish bath. So the influence of the bath that you see here, or the entire inspiration to such palaces, were of course from the Mughal. This is the path that used to lead inside to the bathtubs. Our All right, ladies and gentlemen, after having paid a visit to the hammams, we are now at the 27 Secretariat, also known as 27 Kacheri, literally translates to Court of 27 Pillars. It is a complex of 27 offices within the Amer Fort in Jaipur. These offices served as administrative center of the fort where ordinary people and tradesmen could come to discuss business with officials. The concept predates the modern office concept by hundreds of years. Come, let's have a close look at the architecture as to how these pillars were created. You will notice this wall has got one of the finest plasters that exist here. Now this plasters is crushed limestone, is pulses, is molasses, is pretty impressive cocktail, and once it was applied over the stone and dried, it used to attain the gloss that you see here. With the human touch, it became even brighter and shinier. So very unique. If anyone wants to touch the plaster, it'll give you the feeling of as if it was marble. So these are stone pillars which are draped with beautiful plasters and then carved. And the lake that you see down below is called the Mauta Lake. The Mauta Lake was created after making an embankment on the left hand side, and the water that you see here has been collected from the rainwater. So, the drainage system was such fantastic that every time it used to rain, the water from the nearby vicinity used to collect into this water body. So, really serene, really wonderful that you see right here, and pretty expanse. Jaipur is known for its palaces, and Jaipur is also known for its temples. But Amer, which is now a part of Jaipur, has become one of the major attractions. In amongst forts and palaces that exist in Rajasthan, Amber is one of the best. And one of the reasons what makes Amber as beautiful as you see it right now is the hills and the mountains in front of you. You can look at the fortification wall that is on top. Look at the stairs that lead up to the fortification wall and just see how wide those stairs are. So soldiers can go up with their arms and armaments right on the top. And that fortification wall with the watchtowers that you see on the top is where there used to be lines and soldiers standing guard. At every turns and twist of this fortification wall, there were cannons that were overlooking a big expanse and vast expanse of land. So now you can see that whilst Amber is a beautiful fort, no doubt, but it also had been built in a way that it would offer safety and security to the royal family. So, like I said, beautiful and rugged from the outside, but inside it is very welcoming. Beautiful gardens, beautiful road, and lovely ambience altogether. The next port of call in our sightseeing tour of Amer is the erstwhile residence of the king called the Kyari Bagh. The Mughal-style architecture was a flower-bed garden. Here, different flowers of the season were grown in the recesses of a design that resembled a Persian carpet. The name is not to be confused with Kesar Kyari Bagh or the saffron gardens that you saw earlier in the Mahara Lake. However, both of these architectural marvels were built by the same king, Mirza Raja Jai Singh, in the 17th century. This third courtyard of Amer was the private quarters that offers a glimpse into the life of Maharajas and his families. This secluded, however heavily guarded section has two very impressive buildings. One, the Sukhnivas, the water-cooled chambers for the family. Second, Jai Mandir. This exquisite embellishments with glass inlaid panels and dazzling mirrored ceilings is a sight to behold. The most striking feature of Sukhnivas is its ingenious cooling system. During the summer months, the scorching heat of Rajasthan can be very brutal. To combat this, the chamber was designed to create an artificially cool climate. This was achieved by winds that blew over water cascading within the palace. Sukhnivas is just one of the many interesting architectural wonders to be found in Amer Fort. Opposite to Sukhnivas is the Hall of Mirrors, also known as Shish Mahal. It is one of the most popular attractions of Amer Fort. This two-story structure that you see, the lower tier was the residence of the king. There are two bedrooms on either side of what you see, the arch structure. These two bedrooms were the chambers of his queens. The upper story was the private audience court of Maharaja. This is where he would meet the special invitees and ambassadors. Although both these structures are located in the same vicinity, however, there is no direct access to the private audience court from below. Come, let's explore in some detail. So this is called the Sukhnivas. This is where the royal members used to stay in the summer season. Now, have a look at the arches that you see there. The arches are the rings that are there. Those particular rings is from where they used to suspend khaskhas curtains, very compacted khaskhas curtains. And those khaskhas curtains were moistened with water, and every time the breeze used to flow, it would bring in coolness. So this entire this entire gallery, this entire corridor was darkened with the cuscus curtains, with the moisture, and believe me, in the summer season, the concept of desert cooler has a profound effect because the wind here is very dry. So whenever it comes in touch with the moist air, or should I say moisture, it takes the entire, it makes the entire ambience very cool. So the entire structure was made in such a way that in the blistering heat of the summer season in the months of April, May, June and July, it is here that the family prefer to spend most of their time. The door that you see behind me is actually made of sandalwood. In those days, sandalwood doors or sandalwood was the most preferred. So between sandalwood and teak wood is what they actually prepared most of their doors. The little white pieces you see here is all ivory. So this special ivory was brought here. The polish that you see is turquoise polish. So these were crushed stones that were painted on a gun on the designs of the ivory. So all in all, these were the designs of yesterday's. You will see that it is enclosed in a glass door. The reason is people have picked up the ivory pieces and taken it away from them. So the royal doors is what you're looking at. The water system. Right above there was a tank, and out there in the wall there is a slanted marble slab, and the tank is from where the water will flow over the slab, creating a babbling stream kind of an effect. Because of the fish scale design on the marble, one bucket of water used to flow for fairly good length of time. And with the cuscus curtains behind and the wall with the babbling stream is how this place was kept cool. The sound of babbling water used to almost look like a paradise, a garden, so to say. So then once that tank was filled with water, the excess water would overflow through this gully, which is now covered in glass, and would flow back into the gardens that you see behind. So this gardens is known as Kyari Bagh. The influence of this garden is from again Mughals, where the niches that you see in the gardens have been created like a Persian carpet, and the hedges that you see have been grown in such a way that this is it gives you from an above perspective as if it's a Persian carpet. Now, right across this garden is where you see the Sheesh Mahal that was built by Maharaja Jai Singh, and that Sheesh Mahal has got some of the finest mirror work that you'll see in the entire Amer Palace, and that is Peace or Resistance. That's where I'm going to take you, and I'm going to introduce to you exactly how this was built. So yeah, that's going to be our next stop. Let's go there. Thank you. Sheesh Mahal is one of the most popular attractions of Amer Fort. It is truly a dazzling sight, with thousands of tiny, intricately cut pieces adorning the walls, ceilings, and even the columns. It's a sight to behold. The mirrors are arranged in floral and geometric designs, and when sunlight hits them, they create a mesmerizing kaleidoscope effect. The effect is further enhanced by the use of colored glasses and gemstones, which were present and adorned this beautiful arrangement. The Sheesh Mahal is a testament to the exquisite workmanship and the craftsmanship of the era. Here are some interesting facts about the Sheesh Mahal. It is estimated that over 2 million mirrored tiles were used in its construction. The hall is said to have been inspired by the Hall of Mirrors in Versailles Palace in France. If you are visiting Amer Fort, the Sheesh Mahal is a must-see. It is truly unique and unforgettable experience. Amer Fort is a majestic testament to Rajput era architecture, its military prowess and artistic refinement. Located near Jaipur, it served as the capital of Kachawa Rajput dynasty before the construction of Jaipur. Encompassing a series of palaces, courtyard, temples and gardens, Amer Fort offers a captivating glimpse into the rich history and culture of Rajasthan. Amer Fort is a must-visit destination for anyone traveling to Rajasthan. Its grandeur, historical significance, and artistic beauty leave a lasting impression on every visitor. This virtual tour of Amer Fort has been divided into two parts because it was difficult to compress its rich history into one. You just saw part one, where we captured significant history and its architectural splendor. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, for part two, where we will visit the remainder of Amer Fort. If you found this video informative, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel for more content like this in the future. Hitting like and subscribe button helps the channel grow, which allows me to create more videos like this one. Do not forget to hit the notification bell so that you do not miss the second and the concluding part of Amer Fort series. Thank you for your support.